we go then. It's time for some food. Nisha, talk to us about this. This smells incredible.
It's a one-pot roast lamb, so it's very spicy. It's very smoky. It's not spicy hot. It's got a lovely bit of spice to it. But what I love about this is, honestly, I've got 5 minutes to cook, and it is, in live time, a 5-minute prep. So we're going to marinate the lamb. When I say marinate it, it's not for a long time. It's literally just to have it bask in some flavour. So we always start a lamb marinade with some kind of an acid. And one of the best acids is lactic acid that comes from yoghurt. So lemon or yoghurt, a little bit of oil so it becomes like a moisturiser. I would put this on my face quite happily. And then...
Very soon I will be.
You will be. Like, honestly, you can eat while I'm cooking.
Can we?
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. And then if there are any questions, garlic, because garlic and lamb work so well. It's all about getting flavours to penetrate the flesh. Then we've got cumin powder. Cumin powder is what's going to take you firmly east. You're going to end up sort of Moroccan, you're going to get in towards India, all of that kind of African kind of flavours. Cumin powder, and then smoked paprika.
My goodness, this is
It's just so
Is
good.
it really good?
It's so good.
It's so tender.
I have to say this because this is the first time I've cooked for you two, so I went straight into hair and makeup at 6 o'clock in the morning, which is all it takes. 8 hours in hair. And
You
said,
and me
are
both.
they foodies? Are they greedy? You know, you want the presenters to be greedy.
Yes.
So there you go. As simple as that. A little bit of salt, and you spread that onto the lamb. So if you could put... This is a shoulder of lamb. I love shoulder for dishes like this because there's a lot more bone, and the closer the meat is to the bone, the more sweet it is, in a way. We call it sweet meat. It's sweeter, it's more tender.
Yeah.
So eventually you're going to get better flavour out of that. OK, so we've done the lamb. That's it. It's over there. And then into this pot we go. A builder's mug of rice. 1 builder's mug of rice will feed a family of 4, a greedy family of 4. Isn't that an extraordinary grain?
Gosh.
It's one of the most muscular ingredients in the kitchen, honestly. I'm going to make enough for 8 people, so I'm going to go 2 mugs of rice.
Oh. Okay.
And for every mug of rice, you put in 2 mugs of water. So whichever vesicle it is that you're putting the rice in, you use the same. So this is going to be, and I measured this out, so it is altogether 4 cups of water.
And I've learnt this. Always do the rice before the water.
Yes.
Because then the rice sticks to the watery mug if you do it the other way around.
You're absolutely right.
You're welcome.
That's it. Just
You're
helps
welcome.
on the washing up.
You're welcome. I'll be here if you need me.
Yeah, you...
I feel like he wants to come and stand over there with you, Nisha.
I kind of do.
There's more where that came from. So we just stir that in. Now, this is where we want the flavours in the lamb to slightly be reflected in the rice.
OK.
But we want to add a bit more. So, to reflect the flavours, we've got the cumin and the smoked paprika again. So about a teaspoon. The recipe's online. And the smoked paprika is going to give you that instant kind of barbecue summery flavour.
Yes, yummy.
Every mouthful, I'm getting different flavours.
Are you?
That's
sensational.
just delicious.
That's so great.
It's sensational.
That's what's so wonderful about spices, is that they are so strong-headed. You know, they get into dishes and they'll insist on doing their own thing to your mouth as you're eating them, and then as you're driving home as well, you keep getting the flavours. OK, so we've got smoked paprika, cumin, a little bit of turmeric to give you that lovely golden colour, and it gives you a lovely earthy note to the rice. So that's those layers of flavour that you're tasting there.
Excellent for my arthritis and my toe as well.
Oh, for everything, yes, it's life-giving. Then we go in with tomato puree. Now this, because often rice can be quite thudding, you know, and I want this to have almost a little bit of a sauce to it. It's quite dry there, actually, isn't it? But, you know, a bit more water, you get a bit more sauce. So tomato puree, you want always to think about sweet, salt, acid, sour, all of these things, you know, bitter when you're cooking any kind of a dish, especially a one pot. And then in we go with those ingredients that are going to make it a bit more special, a bit more sort of festival. Handfuls of hazelnuts. If you don't like hazelnuts, whatever nuts.
Oh, I love hazelnuts.
They're great, aren't they?
I just got a little
underused.
surprise one, actually. Have you got one?
Yeah,
It's really nice, isn't it?
And then I go in, these are great. Do you know the sort of prunes that you get in a bag?
Oh,
You know, just sort of
okay.
before the gym. Well, not that I've ever been to a gym with a bag of prunes. Or a gym ever.
There's still time.
I've come out of a gym looking like one.
And you just stir that fruit and those nuts through. A little bit of salt into that. Like that. OK. And then, this is the weird bit, because you think that can't possibly work. You just take your marinated lamb and you plonk it on top. Oops, look at that, that's a mess. But fret not. What we're going to do is we're going to cover it, shiny side in.
OK.
And that's going to go in the oven for about an hour and a half. Let me just pop that over here and get one that we made earlier. And this is what it's going to look like.
Oh, look at that.
So what's so beautiful about that? The hazelnuts rise to the top. So you're about an hour and a half or about an hour with the foil on. Then for the last bit, take it off. The hazelnuts come to the top and they get all crunchy and golden like that. So all the work is done by the dish itself. You honestly chuck it together, 5 minutes in the oven.
I'm going to nick one of your crunchy hazelnuts.
And forget it.
Yum.
And then when you stir it through, you can see that the rice is beautiful and fluffy. And what's really important is that those prunes start to melt. Give the rice a bit of sweetness.
Nisha, thank you so much for all the details of today's recipe and more delicious ideas from our This Morning chefs. Then head to the This Morning app.